All right,
because
good
you're
luck.
better than me.
No, not what I said.
I mean, it's questionable. You might be. You did get a second place finish at Charlotte, so
I could have won, man. I could have won.
you should have won. You got fucking wrecked by Yikes.
If you unfortunately accidentally swipe Yikes in the back, I won't be mad.
Okay. Okay.
But don't use that.
Yeah. Don't tell him I said that or anything.
Icky, close your ears. You're not in here.
All right, I'm heading over there. Y'all have fun.
All right, good luck. Good luck.
Welcome, everybody, live from the foothills of Tennessee. It is racing in the series of Jackal. We join you live from Bristol, Tennessee, from Bristol Motor Speedway, here at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Thunder Valley, as it is called, has produced some of the best short track racing in the world, and today shall be no different. We come to you live from atop this Coliseum, the last great Coliseum as they call it, and right on the Virginia border. It's time to get going and get racing for today's action. Alongside me for today's broadcast here will be Coma and T-Man. Thank you guys for joining me for this afternoon.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Been waiting basically all season. This is one of my favorite tracks. I'm glad it's happening so early in the season. Bristol always producing some of the best racing that I've seen, especially from these kind of drivers. I mean, this is top echelon of what you can get. People with the likes of Trainwreck, super fast last week, and also getting the pole here at Bristol. And then we got Yikes Piano, the current defending champion of Jackal. See what he can do here. So I'm just really excited to get this started.
No doubt here. I can't wait to see what this race here has to provide for us here. But before we get into it here, let's get into some pre-race interviews. Coma, I do believe you are able to pick up with Trainwreck.
That's correct. We got Train right here in the Mountain Dew 88. Let's get Trainwrecks on up here. Trainwrecks, you got some in the booth?
Yes.
All right. Pretty strong start to the season for you. Daytona may not have gotten exactly your way, but Charlotte, big bounce back. Had that unfortunate drive-through, but you managed to powerhouse your way back to the front and ended up pulling out your first win of the season and getting the pole here in Bristol. How you feeling coming into this week?
Feeling pretty great. Bristol isn't one of my strong tracks, so I'll just have to see how it goes during the race. I know it's going to be pretty hard on the tires too, so that's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, this track notorious for screeching up those tires, especially on the exit, trying to get that run while also not killing your performance too hard. Well, you say this isn't one of your best tracks, but you did end up getting the pole, the only driver to get within the 16.8 range. So if this isn't one of your best tracks, yeah, I can't wait to see your performance on the tracks that you actually prefer. Going into this weekend, you got any previous strategies coming into mind? I mean, Charlotte, you kind of just weren't saving all that much. You kind of just pushed all the way through and it worked out for you. Do you have a similar strategy here? You can be a bit more conservative. What's the game plan?
Honestly, so far, I'll just have to save my tires. I don't like Bristol that much because I usually just want to push, but if I do that, I'll be falling way back, and you don't want to spin here. You'll definitely go laps down if you get damage during a green flag run.
Oh yeah, gotta keep the car clean. A pit stop with damage could be detrimental with how small this track is. Well, Train, congratulations from last weekend. Congrats on the pole, and we're excited to see what you do.
Thank you.
All right, let's dial up one other driver, and I think that's going to be the driver of the number 9, and that'll be Brian. Brian, this is the boys up in the booth. You got a copy?
I copy. What's going on?
Brian, today here, obviously, this is a half-mile track, short track racing, first short track of the year. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of talk about strategy. What is your guys' plan here in that number 9 crew?
Honestly, man, I don't have a strategy. I'm just gonna thug this one out. Listen, if we die, we die. That's all I can really say.
Obviously, here it's been only 2 races in, and I know it hasn't you're still looking for that first win of the season, obviously. What is your confidence level coming into this race?
On a scale of 1 to 10, my confidence level is a -2. I'm kind of just here, just to get my team some points. You know, I haven't won a race since pre-COVID 2020, so I'm not excited. And this is probably my worst track of them all. Um, if anything, I'll just take out everybody, and then we'll see where we go from there.
All right. Well, Brian, not the most confident here, but he will be one to watch out for. Maybe an underdog pick here for all you guys watching at home. Good luck at today's race, Brian.
Yep.
So with that being said here, we are getting set. Pace laps here underway. And Como, I'll send it to you here for the starting lineup.
All right. So, first row, we've got Trainwreck. As I said before, pole sitter and previous winner last week at Charlotte. We had Smart Coder, had a great run at Charlotte, but unfortunately with that engine damage, couldn't grab the win. Trying to rectify that here. Third, we got Apollo. Pretty solid qualifying, as he normally is. I mean, we've seen he's got great quality pace, but just can't bring it together in the race. Then we've got Roger, current points leader, Daytona winner. And then we've got Yikes Piano, the current defending champion. We've got Kreesum in 6th, who I subbed for in qualifying. Then we're behind him. We've got Robloxian in 7th, Cubica in 8th, NASCAR in 9th. So all those D2 guys kind of grouped up together. Black Mamba in 9th. And then we've got Athen rounding out the top 10. And then behind him, we've got Brian. Heard about him in the starting lineup, or in the interviews. He didn't sound too confident, so we'll see what he does. Sleesher behind him. Uncharacteristic pace from Sleesher. We'll see him bring it back in the race. Then we've got Buffhair after him in 12th. 13th will be Cut. And running at the field will be Bades in 14th.
Alrighty, yep, that is your starting lineup for today's race here. It's the Bristol 225. And like we said here, this is a short track here. Key factors into this race here. We heard from the drivers talk a lot about the strategy. Tire wear is going to be an issue today. Not so much the fuel. Fuel run should be about 100 laps. And so we should expect 2 fuel pit stops. But tire wear is going to be the big factor in today's race. And I can't wait to see how that's going to play out. With that being said here, before we get the green flag going here, we'll start off with picks, starting with T-Man.
Well, I saw Train get a really good lap in qualifying. Saw that Charlotte was a great performance. That's my pick for tonight.
Alrighty. Como, what about you?
I'm a little biased considering I'm on the D2 squad for CSR and I've done subs for Roger. But I think Roger has what it takes to win here. He was struggling a little bit in practice, getting the rear tires under him, but I think he's got that figured out. A close second would be Smart Coder, and I think most people would flip that order, but I got confident in my boys. I think CSR is going to be 1 and 2 here.
Alright, you know what? You guys are picking people from up front. I'm going to pick someone for the back here. He's a longtime veteran. It's going to be Sleesher, that 21 Xfinity ride Toyota. I feel like he's got a good chance here at getting it done here from the back. It's a long race. There's plenty of time to make up ground, and it's all just going to be dependent on how the strategy plays out.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Sleesher hasn't really had the best of seasons. I mean, last season was a pretty good championship contender along with Yikes and Smart, but he just, ever since Daytona, he got in after, he didn't go into the duels, wasn't able to make it, but some luck allowed him to start the 250. Almost had a good finish, still had a pretty good finish, about 4th, but couldn't get any more than that. Didn't show up to Charlotte. Unfortunately, couldn't qualify, but we'll see what he does here at Bristol.
Yep, I'm very excited here to see how this race plays out. We are getting set for the drop of the green flag. It'll be Trainwreck and Smart Coder to lead him off to the green. As field here doubles up. Fans here starting to rise to their feet. We are getting set for the start of this one. 225 laps around the half mile.
First short track of the season. I think it's going to be a good one.
No doubt here. We're going to find out. Here they go. Rolling off of turn number 4. The green flag is in the air. Through the restart zone. We are green here at Bristol.
Already a car around Brian spinning towards the back. He gets down onto the apron in turn 2. Train with a great start. Smart Coder right behind in second, blocking Carter. And actually putting Carter into the wall. And that's actually going to cause quite the big incident here going into turn 1. Everyone around.
Multiple cars around. We see Roach around, Carter, Piano. Multiple drivers around in this one here. And not the start of the day that you would like to see, especially if you're Roger. Caution's out for the first time here, and it is for a big accident here on lap number 2. And for the first time this afternoon, caution is out.
Not too surprised. I mean, not everyone's going to get the car down on lap 1. I think it's just a little bit of too much expectation on the car. But caution on lap number, what was that, 1, 2?
That was lap 2, just getting done with lap 1 there. And boy, oh boy, did not expect to see that this early. Honestly, I figured they might want to get their cars fanned out and figure it out. We saw Brian spin on the start there. But, yeah, that was quite the incident there to start this one off. But look who is up to 4th now. Look at that.
Yeah,
it is
Sleesher up to 4th. Went from the
went
back all the way up to the front.
It's still closed. We did hear from officials that the pits will be open this time by. It'll also be the single pit lane rule. For the cautions here, we'll see here who comes down.
Almost everybody except for Train and Robloxian.
Yeah, they'll both stay out. First car coming down the pit road here. That's going to be Sleesher down the U.
And Cut seeming to stay out with Robloxian and Train. Oh, he did it too late. He tried to fake out. Commitment violation for the 73. Oh, excuse me, that's not Cut. That's DB. My mistake. Wrong D2 sub.
Smart out of the pit box quite early. Quick stop for the 12. Not too surprised. Already was up front. Maybe just getting some popping off the fuel.
Yeah, only 5 tire sets for this race. It's quite a long one, so definitely can't be using them up too early. So definitely just a little bit of a top off. You have unlimited fuel. You can pit for fuel as much as you want. Doesn't matter. So yeah, he's just topping it off.
Yep, he grabbed some tires there. Right now, though, we're focusing on our first caution of the afternoon. It was for a bigger incident there in turn number 1 involving multiple cars, including Roger and Piano. Train wreck, though. He kind of jumped out there to the lead and got away from all the chaos. So, on to green now. Field doubles up. Brian, even after spinning there on the start, he decided to stay out, and he will restart 4th into that number 9 machine. And we'll have to see here early on if the pits, if the tires mean that much. Only on a few laps. I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. But we'll have to find out. Out of turn number 4. Coming back. We are under the green flag once again here at Bristol.
Robloxian maybe jumped it a little bit. Had to lay off.
Oh, Brian into the wall again.
Collecting Roger and DB. NASCAR and Buffka into the wall. And it's another multi-car spin as we go through turn 4.
No caution on the first lap, but I think that might get changed.
They keep it going here. It really spreads out the field, though.
They got to get
we
that
will
front stretch
stay
cleared
green.
up. And they do.
A lot of
Yeah, I'll
smoke that the
just
driver's
plug
going to
that
have to
up.
drive through as he goes through the front straightaway.
And a second, down goes Piano. Smart Coder up to third. Fourth is Robloxian. Round out your top five is Kubitsko.
Another great start from Train. Yikes up to the second place, as said. At least the front six are pretty all calm. But, oh, NASCAR backwards going into turn one. Looks like it didn't collect anybody, but a big spin from the 28.
Yeah, the Doritos machine gets it back going, though. We stay green. Trainwreck right now is trying to pull away a little bit of a lead here. This is kind of what he did in those opening laps for that first caution. Was able to pull away from the chaos that happens behind him. And now that we've kind of got ourselves into a little bit of a run, we're now starting to see the drivers span out and able to kind of get in their own positions. The closest battle right now that we do have is that battle for second. And it's a close one here between Piano, Smart Coder, and Robloxian at second, third, and fourth.
Smart Coder trying to put the nose in there, just taking a little bit of a lower line, staying right behind. Yikes. Maybe trying to play the long game here.
Yeah, I mean, Smart Coder's obviously got the little bit fresher tires, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference. I was pretty intrigued to see that many drivers take pits this early in the race with only how many sets they have, but nevertheless.
Continue to calm down as we go on our first actual little bit of a run here at Bristol. Train still leading. Yikes. And Smart Coder behind. Robloxian staying out in fourth. And Sleesher up to fifth.
Yeah, I was talking earlier that Trainwreck looked like he was kind of pulling his lead away. And then right after I said that, it seemed like Piano and Smart Coder worked together. They caught up to him. And now the Trainwreck once again puts on the distance and starts to gap him again. About half a second right now. I'd say about 8 car lengths. Maybe 9 now as he continues to stretch it out. Maybe he's starting to get his run. Whoa, Roblox getting really loose into turn 1.
And that will get Sleesher up to fourth. These two are going to start to battle anyway.
Yeah, I didn't get a good look there at what happened to Roblox. And just saw that he went really wide into turn 1. I just don't think he got a good entry in there. Sleesher here was able to jump on that. This battle for second's been going on for many laps here. And finally, Smart Coder sticks his nose in there, gets to the inside. He'll drive it in deep into turn number 3, and he will complete the pass. A little bit of bump from Piano, but new driver in second place. It's Smart Coder.
I almost think it would be a little bit too early to make moves like that. I'd be pushing Piano, but Smart Coder up to second, playing maybe the position game a little bit on this first run.
Yeah, I also wonder though if maybe Smart Coder's had a faster car there, and let's see if he can try to catch up to Trainwreck here. Maybe Yikes was holding him back a bit. As right now he's starting to pull away from Yikes a little bit, so maybe Yikes was holding back Smart Coder enough, and that was probably good news for Trainwreck. But now Trainwreck's going to have that number 12 car start to hunt him down.
Super loose out of turn number 2, spins out on the back straightaway, and he'll be on the apron as the leaders come by, and so Roger will be the first one to go a lap down.
Frias also got really loose off of 4 there. He saved it. Great save by him. Well, lost a bit of ground there, and now it's the number 73 is going to be up on his tail here in a minute.
See any damage on that 8 car? Yeah, it got engine and wheel alignment, both in the yellow for Rogers, so that car is going to be already pretty limp and repairable, but not good to see this early into the race.
You know, I talked to Roger here in the garage area this morning about his thoughts for the race here. He said it's going to be a strategy race here, but it's going to keep that engine temp low. He said you wouldn't really think about it here, but with all the traffic and everything, and this being such a short track, that engine temp can rise quite a bit here. Obviously, though, getting in an engine like that doesn't help your case out. And like you said there, obviously already having an issue there with the engine this early in the race, not what he would have wanted.
Battle with the Toyota is Sleesher, Yikes, and then now Robloxian all battling here for third place. Sleesher able to get around Yikes, but they were battling pretty hard, beating and banging, and now Robloxian trying to get around that 18 car.
Yeah, that 18 car, I just don't think it's holding up well right now. Obviously, once Smart Coder got by him, he's been struggling quite a bit and keeping that track position. Now loses on 2 more positions. The Sleesher Robloxian drops back to 5th. Not what he wanted here. Also, want to point this out. We've got ourselves a little bit of a battle for the lead brewing. We talked about it. If Smart Coder can catch up to Trainwreck, well, he's cut that lead down to under half a second now, and it's staying about the same now. They also just worked past their first lap car of the race here, but nevertheless, yeah, no doubt a battle brewing up here for the lead.
Yeah, Smart Coder just bit by bit gaining. It's kind of what we saw at Charlotte. Train with the big lead, but then, just cutting it down a bit by bit when he sped down pit road. Roboxian looked like he wanted to get on, start to catch up to Sleesher here for third place, but kind of has been backing off.
Yeah, that 3rd through 6th positions there, they're pretty tightly congested. A lot of people may think here, how would you have, how could you take notes from Charlotte and bring them here to Bristol? Well, Trainwreck's kind of showing you how. It's not really all notes on the track. It's really about momentum. Won the race there, coming from behind at Charlotte. Came here, won the pole, and now he's been led every single lap in this race so far. Obviously, momentum plays a big factor when it comes to racing.
Let's take a look at the tires between Smart and Train. Train kind of been running the same pace all race. Currently, that front right at 83, every other tire in the 90s. So looking pretty okay for him. Let's take a look at Smart Coder. It's at 84 on the right front, and in the 90s for the rest of the tires.
Yeah, you got to think though, Smart Coder here had to work his way through traffic. Restarted here in the 5th position. He had to work his way up to the 2nd spot. So he's had to use up a bit more tire than Train Cody. Or my bad. Trainwreck. Because he's had to work through the field. Trainwreck has just been breezing.
Yeah, now currently about the same on tires as we got a spin. DB and Brian going around,
Yep.
and that will bring out our second caution of the night.
Yep, not too far for the leaders here. They will race back. They gotta
Train
be
almost going to get
careful
held
here.
up by Brian here.
Yep.
They'll go
Brian will
around
let-
the outside.
Brian couldn't hold on there. He ended up getting lapped there.
Yep. So they'll get caught a lap down, but it'll be the first car a lap down, so we'll have that free pass. That's gonna be really unfortunate for Roger. He was
Yep.
on deck to get the lap back, but Brian going a lap down right
really
across
got
the
loud.
line. We're 41 laps in. Tires are around 80% on the right front for the leaders. Would you come in this time?
Well, looks like the answer will be yes.
Yep, everyone
And
coming in.
everybody, yep, everybody's coming down here. As we're almost a third of the way in, or my bad, a 5th away into this race. Pit road's a very busy place down there right now. Our focus is going to be on our leaders though, Smart Coder and Trainwreck. This will be the first set for Trainwreck, and the second set for Smart.
A couple of guys were pretty loose getting into the second pit road.
Yeah, Trainwreck and Smart Coder both had big issues getting into their pit box. And they're going to lose the lead because of it in multiple positions. Wow.
I think Train got grid drop penalty. And, under red here, I think something isn't quite right.
All right. So a lot of pit stalls were broken there, which is what the red flag is for. And also, because Brian was the one to cause that caution, he is not eligible for the lucky dog, which is why Super Soldier will be getting the lucky dog for that caution.
So it is a break
That makes
there
more
for
sense.
Roger. Big break for Roger, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, had that one little incident, went a lap down. I mean, it's so easy to go a lap down here at Bristol. Such a small racetrack. And again, the times are so short. One little mistake can put you 1-2 laps down. Roger also the current points leader. The win at Daytona. Then you, Coma, subbing for him at Charlotte, getting second place.
Yeah, he's looking pretty strong in the beginning of this season. We talked to him earlier in Daytona. Asked if he was looking to be a title contender. He said he was thinking about it. He'd love to be a title contender, and with the start of the season that he's got, I think he's got a great chance. The only problem is Yags Piano has followed him all the way through. Even though he got a lap down at Charlotte, he still finished, I believe it was 4th. So he's still right there. So it's not an easy road for Roger at all. And with how unfortunate this race has gone for him now, he's got a long road ahead of him. But I think with this lucky dog, it's gonna give him a good chance to get back up there.
Yeah, like I said, talking to Roger before the race here, he was very keen on this race is just staying alive, really, and being able to make your race last. This is a short track, and a lot of stuff can happen in this race.
Yeah, people like Smart and Train have done a good job. Unfortunately, Train with a really bad pit entry. I mean, he took a solid 10 seconds to get into his stall, and that was before he even began his pit stop. And I don't know if he had to get repairs because he hit the pit wall pretty hard, and sometimes these cars can get sensitive depending on where you hit them. So, unfortunate stop for Train, but that's just gonna cause him to have to be either a little more patient and just wait it out, or maybe he just wants to get back up to the front. We'll have to see how it goes.
I saw that Train had a to the back penalty, at least in chat. Do you know what that was about, Coma?
Unsafe pit entry.
There it is.
He took so long to get into his pit, he eventually just took the TTB with his tires out. He was a little wide out of his pit stall, but I mean, he'd already wasted so much time, he probably would have been in the back anyway.
So that looks to be pretty fun to see if they can make their way up through the field now. Some of the dominant cars starting in the rear. Red flag out at Bristol here as they work here on this little pit issue.
Yeah, I'll go back down to the drivers and see if I can get any more information out of them.
Okay. Well, teammate, while we got a break here, it's actually quite needed here. It was getting a little intense up front there before we got that caution, and we were expecting to see a battle for the lead there before too long. Obviously, it seems like early in this race here, Smart Coder seems to be the one with the stronger car.
Yeah, Smart Coder seemed to just have a little bit more speed on the long runs, and when we compared the tires, they're about dead even on Train, so I think Smart Coder is going to have a good chance to maybe take the lead as long as everything is, well, we'll have to see. I don't know what the current order is going to be with everyone having a broken pit. But once we get to see the order, I think Smart Coder is going to have probably going to be up front and it's going to have a good race, but it's going to be maybe a couple more minutes until we see what's going on.
Alright, while we're doing this here, we will take a break here, and we'll bring you back more action here from Bristol.
just had the
Welcome back, everybody. A little bit of an issue with the pit lane. We got that all sorted out, and we'll be back underway, going back pacing. So while we have this little caution, Coma, you want to get someone up here?
Absolutely. I think we should get up Trainwreck's. He was leading before that caution, but unfortunately had a bit of an incident in pit road, caused him to be in the back. So let's get Trainwreck on up here. Trainwrecks, you guys up in the booth?
Yeah.
All right, Train. A great start for the race for you after those few cautions. Unfortunately, it all kind of came under with that unfortunate pit stop. Walk us through what happened there. You come in too high, get the angle wrong, had a miscalculation. What's happening?
I just tapped the wall, bounced off of it. But it's early in the race, so I'll just keep going.
Yeah, shouldn't be that much of an issue for you. Make it a little more exciting for you. Are you planning on getting back to the front as fast as you can, or are you just gonna take this time to kind of chill in the back and just let the race go a bit?
I'll make passes when the opportunities are there, but I'll try not to be too aggressive.
All right, sounds like
a
a
good damage.
Right, yeah. All right, Train. Sounds like a good plan. Well, good luck to you, and excited to see how you do.
Thank you.
All right, real quick. We got 1 to green. Let's try and get Smart Coder up here if we can. Okay, I'm being told we do not have time. That is unfortunate.
Yep, as they come out of turn 4, getting ready to go back green under a little bit of delay. Buff did not pit. So we get to the restart zone. We're back underway here at Bristol. Ooh, Buff already a little bit loose on that inside. Roboxing going wide. Ooh, Smart Coder trying to go through the middle. There he goes around.
Gets into Sleesher, gets into Creasum. 3 wide still, almost 4 wide.
4 wide with Train.
He said he wasn't going to be aggressive. That's pretty aggressive. Oh, Smart.
Already
diving
a lot
through
of
the corner.
commotion. Buff will hold on in front. Robloxian, then Sleesher, then Yikes, then Cubica. That's your top 5. But a chaotic restart as Smart drops from all the way up front to basically the rear of the pack.
Yeah, battling now with DB in the 73. 2 by 2 by 2, almost by 2. 4 rows deep. We got Buff leading out front. We got Sleesher and Robloxian fighting for second. Yikes kind of just sitting there in third. We got Trainwreck's already up into 5th. Roger as well had that lucky dog into 6th. Meanwhile, Smart Coder trying to battle Cubica to get back in that top group.
Sleesher got a little bit loose there in 1 and 2. Got into Robloxian a bit. He's right now battling for second place. Really diving that car in, pushing Robloxian up. It's like Yikes gonna take the spot. Ooh, a little bit of bumper cars go through into turn 3. And look who's already back up front.
Oh yeah, Train all the way down to the bottom. Gonna try and make it into Yikes. Backs out last second. Roger didn't expect it. 3 wide. Roger, can he hold the corner? He can. Train get into the Yikes. 4 wide. Yikes isn't gonna stick it. Yikes goes around. Does anyone get involved? Creasum's gonna spin. Yeah, he's kind of blocking the whole field. That might. Nope, only one caution. Oh, only one car, no caution. Yeah.
Right now, still a big battle. 4-5. Why does he go through the back straightaway? More cars gonna get left. Buff goes around. There goes Sleesher and Robloxian.
That's gonna be a caution. Oh, Creasum gets into Sleesher. Oh, engine damage. Engine damage for the 27, hitting that inside wall. That is unfortunate. What a chaotic restart. Train said he wasn't going to be that aggressive, make moves when he can. Instantly goes 4 wide 2 laps later.
Oh, guess who's up front? Roger is up front.
Oh my
literally
lord.
From the back of the lead lap to the front. Train up the second, Cubica third, DB fourth, Smart Coder fifth.
Oh yeah, Creasum heavy engine damage. I think Buff also had engine damage. Pits are open this time around. Wow, that was something.
Yeah, Buff with yellow and on the engine and wheel alignment.
Oh, DB's choosing to stay out. I think he'd be the only driver to stay out. Oh, never mind. Robloxian also staying out. He stayed out last caution as well, did he not?
No, everyone but Buff came in that last time.
Oh.
This car's a little bit loose as they are down at these speeds. I don't know. Robloxian was involved in that last wreck. I wonder if he has any no damage on that 20 car. So.
Ooh, smart. Really cutting it close with that pit stop. That had to be half fuel. That was a super fast stop. Got in front of Roger there. He's going to maintain third place. A brilliant start from Smart Coder.
Right. We saw that Smart Coder was kind of the faster car compared to Train, at least on that first little run. We'll have to see how Smart does. Drop to the back on that restart. But see what happens here.
Now he's in front of Train, so if Smart gets a chance to pull away, we'll see if Train can keep up with him. He does have Roger, Smart's teammate, right in front of him. We'll see if Roger plays Mad Dog for Smart Coder, but from what I heard, the team dynamics between these two is sometimes not the greatest. They kind of treat each other like rival teams sometimes, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I mean, so you were with the drivers for quite a while. Was there a lot of complaining about the tires? Because we heard before in the pre-race that there was a lot of talk about the tires. Was that something that got brought up?
Really the only thing was Sleesher and Yikes were kind of fighting, and they were yelling at each other because each time they fought, they took like 2 or 4% off their tires. So a little bit of a domestic violence between those two, just a domestic disagreement between XMS. But other than that, too bad. I mean, you can save these tires more than people think just by running a consistent inside line. Just depends on how patient you are.
I think DB, with that caution or with that brake, come down pit road. I mean, that front right's still at 95, so.
And Roger going to be getting the fault for that incident. I mean, that was a lot of chaos, so I'm not exactly sure, but I think Icky took a look at it and he made all that ground, but he's got to give it all right back. But at least he's on the lead lap this time, though.
Yep. I mean, he went from the back to the front before. It only took him a handful of laps, so very possible to get back up front.
Let's see if he can do it again.
DB, Robloxian, Smart Coder, Train, and Cubica. Oh, nope, here comes Roger.
Yeah, Icky is going to revert that decision because Yikes also kind of pushed up where he shouldn't have been. So Roger will not be getting that incident point. He will maintain his spot as we go 1 to green, start doubling up here.
Still going 2 by 2. EB and Robloxy in your front row. Staying out on that last pit stop run. Lap 59 will go on lap 60. Get to the restart zone. We're back underway at Bristol, and I think Robloxy nearly jumped it again.
Yeah, he's a little... He's trigger happy on the restart, and around he goes. 1 car, and it's first lap.
Nope. Brian's gonna collect them.
Oh, still only 1 car though, and it's first lap, so no caution. But that is horrible for Robloxian, and also tough break for Brian. I mean, he just kind of gotten into everything today.
Mark Oder will take the lead as they
driving it 4 wide.
Oh man, they really like to go 4 wide here.
Oh,
Roger slamming the back of the 12.
Still on the quarter panel. Once again, you can never tell that these guys are teammates.
Oh, and they nearly spin each other there.
Out of the way. Roger does have the advantage on the inside. Oh, huge shot from DB. And Smart's going to give it back to Roger. Here comes Train, 3rd place, making his way back at the front. Yikes also behind DB. Oh. They are really tight now. Oh, Train not giving DB a whole lot of room. DB's going to be forced on the apron. That's going to slide him up. Train does get around him, though. And Roger now starting to pull a bit of a gap on the field.
After a bunch of commotion right behind, had to fight his way up to the lead too with Smart Coder. Oh no,
Sleesher! Into the inside wall. Keeps it off of everybody, but that's going to be his race done until a caution.
No damage on the car, so not the worst thing that could have happened, but unfortunate nonetheless. As the front group here starts to single file, calm down. Train going a little bit wide there. DB almost wanted to look to the inside, just stays right behind. I'm surprised how aggressive they're being this early.
Yeah, me too. And you could. Speaking of aggressive, Buff getting into the wall a little bit with Garrett and Kreesen back there. They're fighting each other. But also, you said that Smart was a bit faster out of him and Trainwreck. And I think I was good about to eat my words there, because Train gives a bump to Smart Coder onto the inside. I was gonna say Train likes to run a bit more of a middle to outer line, whereas Smart likes to ride the bottom of the apex. But I think Train adapted his line, and he's now running the same as Smart and Roger, and he caught right back up to them, starting to pull a gap on Yikes and DB in that group. Cubica making a run on DB as well, trying to make the inside work. Oh, goes really wide. DB sees it coming, tries to get the switchback. It's not really going to pan out for him, but these three have pulled a pretty significant gap on the rest of the field.
And they're looking to keep each other company up front. Roboxian did spin a couple laps ago. It was a self-spin. Saw the smoke.
Oh, Train
almost tried to make a move there. Sleesher around spinning.
Sleesher around again.
4.
Really bad this time. Oh. How is he going so fast?
And this time we'll have engine damage.
Oh, put the brakes on, Sleesher. He does have engine damage. Man. Tough break.
Oh,
DB! Gets into Garrett.
Into Garrett.
Huge impact with him and Garrett. I would not be surprised to see damage on either of those two.
No damage
or both.
on DB. But that we do have the caution out. I believe that was going to be for Sleesher. Incident. Oh, DB spinning off of NASCAR that time.
Oh, man.
So it looks like Smart Coder will get the race back. Roger, then Train, Yikes, and Cubica. Man, we saw these last two races, yeah, but we saw in the first two races that these guys were pretty calm up until the end.
Well,
this has been quite the opposite.
Yeah, that's what happens when you bring out a short track. The patience level thins out pretty quickly as they dive to the inside to go down pit road. Roger surprisingly staying out. Kreesen as well. Garrett might be getting some laps back. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Kreesen is actually already on the lead lap according to the board. Buffs needing to get a lap back. Sleesher definitely needing to get a lap back, but I don't think he can avoid the pit. I think he's just got to wait for another caution because he's got to get that damage fixed. But Smart Train, Yikes. Yeah. Smart Train, Yikes, Cubica, NASCAR, and who's that one in the back? Oh, it's New Carter, 76. Oh, and New Carter and Cubica. Oh, hard impact for the 76 on the pit wall there.
The pit issues were harder. Oh, a couple of drivers staying out this time. Roger, Garrett, I believe Robloxian. Robloxian staying out for a second time.
Oh, Sleesher got caught speeding on that last entry. He will be getting a to the back penalty, and I don't believe he will be able to pit until the next caution. Oh! Sleesher drifting into his box there, or into pit road.
Are still in the box.
On the green next time by, as they're starting to get doubled up coming out of turn 4. Roger, with staying out, will maintain the lead, but I don't know how that's really going to pan out for him. I mean, these tires, they are controllable, but I mean, the speed difference can be night and day depending on what percentage you got, and I think these guys are about to find that out real quick.
88 on the front right for Super. Look at Train. 89, so Train didn't take tires, so interesting. Get double filed up. We're back underway here at Bristol. That time Train getting caught out of line a little bit.
Oh, Garrett going real wide. 4 wide for third place. Kubica gonna back out. Smart from him. Speaking of smart coder down on the inside, right up against the apron. Robloxing, not the best corner. He's gonna hold up smart coder. 3 wide again with Kubica, Yikes, and Garrett. Kubica backs out once again, playing it nice and safe here. Oh, DB gives a huge shot to Yikes. There's still 3 wide. Kubica's going to try and make a run on the outside. Yikes being pinballed between Garrett and Kubica. Now 3 wide with Buff. Almost 3x3 for 5th on back. Oh, NASCAR getting cut out of line. That's a really awkward entry. Holds it down. Oh my. Brian, halfway down the apron. That's going to really hold up those back 3. But this thing starts to calm down, and this first pack starts to separate with Smart Coder up front.
Super, Robloxian, Smart Coder, and Train. Robloxian's been diving down low, pushing Roger up high. For the last couple of corners, really trying to get to the lead. But so far hasn't been too successful. Kind of pushed Train down a couple laps ago, but it's calming down after another chaotic start here.
Oh my! NASCAR had an awkward entry into turn 2 and got into Creasum.
Robloxian put Roger into the wall. Roger's dropping back. It's going to be fighting with Kubica.
As long as Roger maintains the outside, he should be able to get around unless Kubica can clear, which he can. Huge run from the 81. Now Yikes trying to make a move for Roger's spot on the inside. Roger's going to maybe let him through, try and sneak in, but he's just getting trained on that outside. Now Buff making a move for him. DB's following through. Roger really struggling on that high side there. Meanwhile, Robloxian's going to take full advantage of that previous move. He's going to lead the field in front of Smart and Train. But I think Smart's going to make a move on him soon here.
I think Super got engine damage from that. Yellow on the engine and on wheel alignment. I think he's got damage from Robloxian put him into the wall. I'm not entirely sure, but have engine damage before.
That's going to hurt him, especially at a track like this. You don't get all that much momentum from these straights. They're not long enough. So with having engine damage and having that minimum speed be so low, I don't think there's much hope for Roger. I think he's either going to try and defend where his spot is, hope for a caution, or maybe funnel on back. We'll have to see. Meanwhile, he's doing a pretty good job sticking around 6th place there, holding off DB. As I say that, DB with a huge dive is going to get in front of Roger. Now crease him on the inside of the 8 car. Oh, Brian. Really low on the entry.
Oh, Smart Coder!
Gonna be good. Oh, Smart gets
trying to
loose off
dive
of
it
Robloxian.
That'll move Smart down to 3rd. Kubica right behind. That'll put Robloxian and Trainwreck with quite a big gap on the rest of the field. Complete lap 87.
Bit of smoke on the front straightaway there from that previous incident. Oh, 3 wide again between Kubica, Buff, and I believe that's Creasum on the bottom there. Yes, it is.
That was Sleesher you about, not Kubica. Oh, Brian around with
Oh.
Carter on the front straightaway. Into turn 1, and that'll bring out another caution.
Brian,
Locked in,
engine
just barely getting the
damage
race back.
on the 9 car. Tough break for Brian. I mean, he has had a horrible race so far. And not really, some of his faults, some not, but man, wrong place at the wrong time.
A lot of damage on the 9 car. A lot of smoke coming out of that car, too. Carter's going to also be involved in that one. Buff will get the lap back. Will leave us on, I believe, 3 cars a lap down.
Yeah, we've got new Carter Sleesher, and we've got NASCAR 3 laps down.
NASCAR having a tough race today. Not even sure what really happened with NASCAR. Roger will take the opportunity to go around, but not going to be able to pit. Robloxian's going to stay out again, but oh, Cubico went around at the entry of pit road. A lot of commotion up front. Train and Smart Coder go around, kind of drift on that inside line. It's up underway. A slow stop from Roger getting into his pit stall. Someone else comes out.
Oh, and Charism is going to get it to the back tire out of this box.
A lot of penalties down pit road.
Yeah, just a little bit too much commotion, maybe some trigger happy fingers pressing that button too early. Once you press it, your car is locked in place, so you got to make sure you're in position before that happens. That's why Train was taking so long to get into his box on that first pit stop, but eventually it took so long that he'd rather take the penalty.
Robloxian staying out again. Tire on the right front. It's got some wheel alignment damage, but you can always kind of counter for that. 81 on the right front, 88 in the left front. And the right rear as well. DB is staying out. And then look at Trainwreck's tires. 82 on the right front. Similar tires. Right rear's a lot better. Trainwreck compared to Robloxian. It's a very interesting race so far.
Well, we've seen all manner of things in this one here, but it is one to go here and getting set to go back racing here. We're almost 100 laps into this. As we see the 20 of Robloxian, he's going to take the outside. Interesting strategy there. It'll give Garrett the inside. We'll see if that outside line here gets the better start. That's where Robloxian was better at early in this race, if you remember. And that's where he gets a good restart here. He'll take the lead here and pull down. Well, can't quite get down there. He might open the door for 3 wide for the lead down the back straightaway.
Smart Coder going through the middle. Train getting a little bit of a bump from Robloxian. As DB and Train, can they save it? They do. Going through 3 and 4. Very impressive from those two.
That all started from Robloxian choosing the outside, getting the good restart, but he couldn't clear the inside down in the turn 1 and 2. Smart Coder and JVD got both underneath him, and then it was just on from there. How they saved that, though, I do not know.
Start from Yikes. Yikes up to second place. Roger third. DB fourth, and Train fifth. As Smart Coder starts to pull about a second gap on the field.
I'll tell you one thing right now. This has been a very interesting race here. But that restart here was probably the most interesting one I've seen so far. But right now, we talked about this earlier. Smart Coder has a fast car, and he is showing it right now.
Como, you had a little bit of a moment with Smart Coder saying, Train's been catching up, but I think Smart Coder's found that speed once again. Train kind of getting caught up with the traffic here. DB and Yikes right in front, Roger behind.
Yeah,
it's battling.
It's a mix of Smarts starting to open up the throttle, but it's also Train getting stuck up with traffic. Yikes hasn't really shown all that much pace, at least early on. I don't think he's really looking to push. DB, I believe, is a D2 sub. I don't even know if he's meant to be in D1 full time. So Train kind of getting stuck in traffic, which is just going to allow Smart to increase that gap more and more. And as Roger can get maybe in front of this group, can even hold Train even more. Oh, Train might be moving himself up, whether they like to or not, moving DB down to the bottom. Roger's going to try and take advantage of that, trying to get back into 4th place, getting into this top 3.
DB with better tires than Train, but DB's going to start to drop back on pace.
Yeah, Piano right now is doing all he can to hold up Train, but like I said earlier, we've talked about this all race so far. It's been Train and Smart Coder. Train and both Smart Coder both had to work their way up through the field. Smart Coder obviously did a lot quicker than Train did. But right now, as Train's working past... we got
Oh, we've
somebody
got a
around it.
spinner in turn
NASCAR.
4.
That'd be
He'll get it
NASCAR.
going. Yep, he'll get it going, luckily. The battle for second is no longer as Trainwreck has taken the lead, or taken that position. Now, let's see if he can start catching down Smart Coder. I honestly don't... I think he'll get there, but I don't think he'll have enough to really make a big difference.
Yeah, Train's got great raw pace, but when it comes to save... Oh, hang on, we got a 3-wide battle. Robloxian on the very bottom. Fighting now Roger, DB, and Cubica. Absolute mayhem coming through here. Roger's trying to come through this pack, but Robloxian muscling his way through after that previous incident that he had. And this group is all bunched up. Sleesher now back in the mix. He's still a lap down, but he's trying to be in that lucky dog spot and also fight with these guys. Oh, DB pops off the wall and gets into Sleesher, and that's...
Grism saves it.
Grism saves it. DB gets out of the way. No caution. But man, tough break for DB. Got off that wall, hit into Sleesher, and that's going to ruin his race for a little bit. Oh, NASCAR caught speeding onto pit road. That's going to be a drive-through penalty for the 28. Unfortunate.
Yeah, things go bad the worse for him. It has not been a good race for him. He's spun around a few times, and now this penalty. It's just not a day that I think NASCAR's going to be glad when he gets out of Thunder Valley here.
Almost went a little bit wide on the entry on that pit road, but able to catch it.
Oh, it seemed to have
Darn
another
wall. I think that was
spinner.
DB.
DB with engine damage, being told to
Oh,
pit by
man.
Icky.
Yeah, a lot of damage on DB. Another spin from him, and so a lot of damage on that 73 car's struggles to get into that pit box, and that might be tire out there. I'm not sure if that's going to be a penalty now.
Yeah, what I was saying earlier, though, before we were interrupted by that chaos, was that Train has great raw pace, but he doesn't quite understand saving as much as someone like Smart Coder does. So I think Train can get there, but by the time he does, Smart's going to have enough saved up to where he can just increase that gap once again, and that's also going to allow more experienced drivers, such as Yikes Piano, to also catch back up to Train. But yeah, we'll see what happens here.
I want to take a look at the tires between Smart Coder and Train. Smart Coder at 75 on the right front, 85 and 86 on the front left and rear right. So getting kind of low for Smart Coder. Not low, but getting kind of low. And then 73, 86, 85 for Train. So tires about pretty even. Oh, Train getting real loose out of turn number 4. As I think DB spun again.
Yeah, he
No,
did.
he's just
I
coming out of pit
watched
lane.
him there in the. No, he did spin
Oh, it did?
coming out of pit. So I mean, it's just. I tell you what, it's just not been a good day for. Talking
Oh,
about a bad day
DB.
for NASCAR, and boy, oh boy, DB. Oh
Almost
man,
sliding up into Smart Coder there.
I think Smart Coder is going to ask for a new pair of pants next stop. That one was way too close for comfort.
So I believe that'll put him 5 laps down as of right now. I mean, might go 6 laps down for DB. That might be DB's race over. Had a pretty good strategy, not pitting. Oh no, Roger!
Roger into the
Around.
inside wall
Uh-oh, look out.
hard. No caution. DB also spinning onto the
DB
front
again.
stretch. Oh dear. It's kind of like how Napa and Crimson were at Charlotte. He just cannot get a hold of that car. I don't know if he still's got damage or he had a bad entry, but man, he is struggling out there.
No damage on that 73. Right front's at 82, and left front's at 81. So you can tell that the car has been spinning.
Oh, Robloxian
Nap-
loose in front of Smart Coder. Oh, he's gonna
hit the
spin.
wall.
Still
oh, man,
single car.
What a turnaround here for Smart Coder. I mean, for Robloxian here. Started on the front row of that restart, chose the outside, an interesting choice, and it has not paid off one bit for him.
Yeah, Robloxian is notorious for... He's got great pace. He showed it at Charlotte, but he's admitted in the race comms many times that he doesn't quite understand saving in these cars, and this this punishing short track is not being too nice to him for it.
No doubt here. We're looking out here, coming around in just a few laps. It'll be 100 laps to go here at Bristol. And if the first 120 had anything to say about it, we're still in for a hell of a treat. We're past halfway. Lap traffic here.
Robloxian, oh my god.
My
Nearly
goodness.
sideswiped Smart Coder.
Oh,
Man.
Didn't have a change of pants a while ago. He's definitely going to need one now. Holy cow.
Oh, I would not want to sit in that seat right there. Oh my. Smart
Boy,
Coder has
oh
almost been
boy.
LePage twice. And Brian's going to possibly hold him up a little bit here on the inside. He's going to let him go now. Whether he wants to or not, Smart Coder will get around. Train not really closing the gap, either saving or maybe he's just taking too much out of it. Not sure, but for now, Smart Coder being the dominant car of the night.
Boy, oh boy, that is wild here. All this is happening. Somehow Trainwreck has only been able to muster a little bit of a ground makeup. Not much.
9% on the front right for Smart Coder. We'll take a look back at Yikes in third. 67, so Yikes a little bit lower on tire. Back in third place is Cubica. Oh, nearly takes Yikes out right there.
Boy,
We got a
boy.
gaggle of cars here coming out of turn 2. We got Buff, Garrett, NASCAR, and New Carter really getting together. NASCAR all the way down on the apron. I wouldn't like that entry if I was him, but they keep it together. Oh, DB around
DB
again
around.
onto the front stretch. That's
With
engine
damage.
damage again. I mean,
Yeah, this is...
it might be getting a little dangerous for DB to be
Oh,
out there with
Robloxian
how
around.
much he's spinning. Oh, Robloxian around again.
on the
And
front
there's
stretch
a
there. You
lot
can
of
see the
smoke.
smoke. Lot of smoke here on the straightaway.
Yeah, that was from DB earlier. He's pulled into pit road.
Robloxian coming in as well, and Robloxian's gonna get caught speeding down pit road.
A lot of speeding penalties today. Not getting too used to the... Oh. Interesting. Did Robloxian just come down pit road and not pit?
I
I think he entered the
he
wrong
did.
pit. I think he did. Yeah, he
Well,
entered in the
on-
back
Yeah,
on-
wrong
pit.
pit lane. Yeah.
On green flag stop, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure you can use both, but I guess
He
not.
pitted just the other couple laps ago, so I don't know if he just got mixed up or what.
I think
Think
DB's
DB
gonna park it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's asking Nicky if he can park it. Nicky, yes, confirmed. And DB is out of the race. Unfortunate for the D2 sub. Not sure. I think he was... I'm not sure who he was subbing for. The number doesn't sound
I think
familiar to me.
that's his own car.
Is it?
I believe that's his own car.
Let me verify that real quick.
Nevertheless, though, disappointing effort there for DB. Not what he wanted at all. But his day is done. Right now, though, we have a battle.
Oh yeah, DB is a D1 driver for IR Motorsports. Man, Crimson, he has not had the best of seasons from Charlotte on forward with his team.
They had a lot of struggles at Charlotte. You'd be having a little, just some troubles here. Robloxian this time not coming in front of Smart Coder, serving that drive-through. The field getting real spread out here. 8 cars on the lead lap. Buff being the
Oh,
Lucky
cruise him
dog is-
around
oh.
in front of this group. Oh,
Oh, hard
he's
into
gonna
the
get
wall.
hard into the inside
And I
wall.
was just about to
That's
say that he
damage.
was in a battle a while ago. But
And the
obviously
field is
we're
really
not
starting
now.
to thin out.
yeah, we got up to his 8th position. Is lapped, so top 7. And looking where Apollo is, Apollo's not too far ahead of our leader, so
62% on the right front for Smart Coder. Here's him at about
Brian.
58. Oh, Brian.
Engine
Oh,
damage
Brian.
onto the apron. Hopefully he keeps it down there. And
sucks for
he
him.
will.
we talked to Brian here in the pre-race show. He talked about the struggles that he's had. No wins since pre-COVID. And I know that doesn't seem like that long ago, but that's now over 5 years ago. Brian,
Almost half
no
a
doubt
decade.
is due.
Oh, man. Don't even say that. It makes me feel old. A lot of lap traffic
And-
coming up for Smart Coder. Carter just gonna let Smart by, but NASCAR and
NASCAR and Garrett, these guys are they fighting? No, NASCAR is 7 laps down. They are not
oh no,
fighting.
yeah, no, they're not fighting for position.
Oh, NASCAR really loose on the high side. Smart give him a little bit of a tap. He's gonna hold it on the outside though. Smart Coder making through traffic, putting a bigger gap than before on the train. Yikes has fallen back quite a bit. I think he's gonna hang back with his is that Kubica or is that Sleesher?
I think that's Kubica.
That's Kubica. Oh, it's Kubica and Sleesher. Okay, well that
Oh,
helps.
both of them. There you go.
So Yikes hanging out with his teammate back there, trying to see if a caution comes out more than likely. But Smart, just class of the field right now.
I'll tell you what, right now, for a guy who has not had the best start of the day here, that is Roger. Roger has salvaged a good finish so far right now. He's in 5th. The day did not start off well. He fell to the back, had some damage early on. They worked and worked and worked. I think he went down a lap or 2 earlier, so he has worked his way all the way up right now, and made his way up to the 5th position. And right now, that's kind of where he's cruising. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, 5th place is next on Smart Coder's list, looking to lap his teammate in probably about 10 or 15 laps time. Unfortunate, but honestly, with how the rest of the pack is gone, shouldn't be too much of a hit. Roger is the points leader. Yikes Piano in 3rd. So Yikes, as it stands, Yikes will gain some ground, but I think Roger will still have enough to edge him out in the points.
Yeah, and I do
Yeah, we might see like stops though. Might see.
That's true. We have not seen green flag stops yet, I don't believe.
Smart on 58% on the lowest tire, so I mean that tire's getting pretty low. We'll have to see how long these guys stay out for.
I can see right now Trainwreck is struggling here in the corners a good bit here, especially 3 and 4. That car is sliding. Those tires are screaming.
Yeah, see, he's got about the worst thing a driver can ask for. He's got tied in, loose out, so you can't quite get the entry you want, and then you try and push out to recover, and it just breaks loose on the exit. So Train getting about the worst package you can get. Oh, and I believe that's Charism on the outside of turn 2, spinning in front of Kubica and Sleesher. He does keep it down there. It is backwards, and he's going to spin it onto the apron. Probably going to go down pit road here more than likely. No, he's going to keep it on track. Maybe no damage to that 27, not too sure. Oh, but Roger really loose in front of Smart Coder.
Holy cow. I'll tell you one thing right now, though. If Roger's Smart Coder gets around, well, even without getting around Roger, he's got some clean air.
Roger's going to be pitting this time.
And now he's going to have a lot of clean air.
Nearly gets packed from behind by NASCAR. Roger does get in fairly safely, though. No speeding on that 8 car. Polar Garrett going to be in this time.
Yep.
No speeding for him as well. And now we start to see green flag stops. I was able to run with these guys in practice, and I was able to get about 40% down on my tires before they really started getting down. And these guys are coming to that point. Smart Coder is notorious for trying to stay out a little longer to get as much as he can on his run out of the pits. So might be seeing a bit of a delayed stop from the 12, but you never know with how these strategies go at short tracks.
Yeah, this will probably be the last pit stop here for fuel, that is. Everyone should be able to make it to the end on fuel. It was about 100 laps.
Oh, we got a spinner in 2.
What was that?
Sure. Oh, that was Train! Train with engine damage and caught speeding.
Oh no!
Train says he's lagging.
That was out of second.
Might have been a lag spike. Always gonna slide up onto the track in front of Creasum. Oh, Smart's loose
Smart nearly loses it too.
Keeps that car together. What a save from Smart, but that's gonna kill his right rear. Oh
my!
Taps the wall. Shouldn't be any damage from that car, but I think that's gonna cause a bit of an earlier pit stop. Oh, Creasum engine damage in front of Smart.
Yeah,
everyone's got engine damage.
I'll tell you what, right now though, the only thing saving Smart Coder is because Trainwreck crashed. That gives about an entire straightaway lead over Yikes. So that's the only thing that's helping Smart Coder right now hold this lead that he has.
Yeah, with that slide from Smart, I think that's going to cause an earlier pit stop than you want. When you slide, that right rear gets demolished, and that's a big factor here, especially on the exit. You can see Smart kind of or fishtailing out of the exit a little bit because of that right rear going down. So might be seeing a bit of an earlier stop than he wanted to.
Yeah, if I'm him right now, though, I'm cruising. I'm putting this thing on cruise control. No need to go quick. No need to speed. No need to go all out, because right now you got yourself a good lead. And actually, Piano's got himself a good lead over Kubitska.
Train now getting out of pit road. It's going to be about, what, 5 laps down? So that's, I mean, you could maybe recover at Charlotte. I don't know about here at Bristol, as Smart Coder's about to lap 4th place here.
Yeah, we see quite a lot of spins, but it's just one car, so no caution really comes out of it. Obviously, we never wish for a caution, but if I were one of these drivers that are 5+ laps down, even Sleesher 2 laps down, Roger as well, I wouldn't be too opposed to a caution right about now.
Yeah, I mean, with only these many cars on the lead lap.
Oh, Garrett and NASCAR getting into it. I don't know why NASCAR's fighting anything. He's 7 laps down. Garrett's only 2. I think NASCAR should be backing off just a little bit, make sure he's not the cause of a caution. Only chance to get one of those laps back.
We're talking about 2 drivers here that have races have turned upside down. That is Trainwreck and Robloxy. And both cars here, I would say, were top 5 cars all raised here. Robloxy in 8 laps down after that terrible restart issue. And now Trainwreck 5 laps down. So, sucks for both of them here. Their races have definitely went the wayside.
Yeah, O'Brien loose upon the exit of the corner, gets it down there. Train looking to get one of his laps back just by raw pace with those new tires. I don't think Smart's too opposed.
That shows you how much these new tires mean here. Train
gotta go to the outside. Well, you do get that massive run on the exit, so I think that's what Train's looking for. Yeah, there it goes.
Wow.
And he's gonna get clear Smart Coder. Smart's not gonna fight for it, no reason to. He's just gonna let him go. Oh, bit of a slide from the 12. You can see that right rear really lighting up now.
Roger almost went around with Robloxy and out of turn.
Oh yeah, gets onto the apron. I was practicing with Roger earlier, and Roger wasn't doing the greatest when it came to tire saving. He was getting real loose, real quick on the run, and I think that's hurting him in the race right now.
Why is it these guys up front have still stayed out? Those tires gotta be getting real low. These cars cannot be driving that well.
Oh, I think they're gonna try and make 2 stops here. I mean, they've gone a long time, and I think they're just trying to go make it to where they only need 1 more stop for tires. They do have a few more sets to work with. I'm not sure how many people took tires on all of these cautions, but I think they're trying to minimize the green flag stops, so that's why people like Smart and Yikes are trying to stretch it out as much as they can.
See, Apollo and that Bucky's Ford, he is the next car in front of Smart Coder. Smart Coder slides way high in 1 and 2. He was wheeling that thing. That's what we call a wheelman right there.
Go 3 wide Robloxy in the middle.
Boy.
I wouldn't be doing that if I was Robloxian.
Also,
He is 8
NASCAR
laps
went
down,
around again,
so...
guys.
Oh, NASCAR around again.
Yeah, he got it back going, but he went around. Oh, that's been another bad day for him.
Yeah, NASCAR. The D2 promo, I believe he was the champion of last season. First full-time season in D1. So he's getting a rude awakening at the difference in skill level here. And he's doing his best, but might be too much of a challenge for him.
Yeah, I was just saying a while ago that Apollo was the next guy viable after that incident. Smart Coder starting to fall back. Now this is just showing you how much tires mean.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
45% on the right front for Smart Coder. He's actually been losing time on Yikes.
I
last
think
couple
Yikes
of
has just
laps.
been saving a bit more, kind of letting Smart come to him rather than push the issue. Oh, New Carter into the
Oh yeah, is
pit
that
lane, and then we've
Robloxian?
got
Nope.
Kubica. Engine
Oh,
damage.
Kubica, he was running third.
Yeah, he's got engine damage. Might have some wheel limit there. Oh, he's gonna slide up. Ooh, just barely
Oh,
misses
look
Yikes
out.
Piano there. Oof.
Now there's no more lap track between Yikes and Smart Coder.
Yeah, open air. And he's got Sleesher right behind him, his XMS teammate. See if he can work together as well. New Carter, I believe that is, coming back out in between the XMS drivers. Falling back now.
Oh, Buff. Around
Oh,
and
the
front.
24
Smart.
taps the inside wall, gets it straight though. He's gonna. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting merge. Oh, gets it just under New Carter. He's gonna keep it down there.
At 30% on the right front for
Oh, this is
Buff.
definitely gonna be
Needs to
speeding.
come down.
Oh, just
So
barely gets it
doesn't.
slowed down. Yeah, sliding into his pit box. It will be a clean stop.
Going on by Smart Coder. Yikes is right there behind Smart. Might have a change for the lead on the only 2 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, Sleesher might be trying to hold up Smart for his teammate. These two have had quite the team dynamic. Probably one of the best working teammates in D1. But I think Sleesher's going to try and get his lap back the hard way. And then Yikes is just going to ride behind Smart Coder. Oh, never mind. He's going to
never mind,
push
yeah.
to Smart Coder.
I
Yikes
don't think
showing
he
that tire difference.
I don't think Yikes expected Smart Coder to slow down that much. Because he came up there with a lot of speed, and Smart Coder let off a lot.
Oh, I think I'm hearing from race control. I believe Yikes has a better right rear than Smart, and that's just he's allowed to just turn so much easier and just keep it straight throughout the corner, whereas Smart is kind of struggling on the exit, definitely fishtailing for sure. Whereas Yikes, little more central. You can barely hear any screeching on the exit of those tires. So I think Yikes is starting to show why he's the current defending champion.
66% on the right rear, front right 39%. Smart Coder 49% and 42%. So tires a lot lower on Smart Coder, and looks like Smart Coder's going to be coming down pit lane pretty fast.
He still gets it in. He still gets it in. But that's not going to be the greatest stop.
Pull it into the garage here and call it a night.
Yep, Roblox, call it.
Clean stop for
Final
Smart
pit stop here for. It'll be just about 40 laps here on this set of tires.
New Carter really starting to fight Yikes Piano for no.
That's going to be to go back on the
reason?
lead lap.
Oh yeah, he is only 1 lap down. So New Carter gonna try and get that his lap back the hard way. Meanwhile, Garrett also a lap down, trying to fight for that lucky dog spot.
Brian,
everyone's a lap down.
Pit road. Yeah, everyone a lap down. Brian, I think, miscalculated how to get into pit lane. Not entirely sure what happened.
Yeah, not the greatest from Brian there. He's gonna push up in front of Sleesher and NASCAR there. But so far, Yikes, the only one not to come down pit road yet.
I think everyone's on a different strategy right now.
Oh, yeah.
Most cars came down at all different laps. It's going to be interesting to see if we stay green all the way to the end.
There goes Trainer making another lap back.
Yeah, Train trying to go only 3 laps down, and he will so far. He'll probably get another one back when Yikes comes into pit here. Depends on how much Train's been pushing.
That question is, though, how much longer will Yikes stay out? I mean, I got a feeling, though, he could probably stay out maybe 3-4 more laps is what we'll expect at the pit.
Well, I wouldn't stay out too long, because the longer that you stay out, the closer the gap it gets to the guys who did pit before you, because, I mean, their tires are fresh, so they've got the maximum advantage, and every lap that you stay out is more time that they can gain on you. So I think Yikes should pull it in fairly quickly, unless he's saved just that well. But I mean, even so, I mean, fresh tires are so dominant here. And I think he's coming in this time. Yikes Piano. Ooh, sliding,
same mistake.
Just like Smart Coder. Gets it a bit cleaner, though. How will his pit stop be? Pretty clean.
Oh, yeah, very clean. Get to the entry, though. Now the focus is on Smart Coder. He's already passed him once here. Focuses on where does Yikes come out compared to Smart Coder. Smart Coder's
Yikes,
rolling
still in the
through
box.
3 and
Now just getting
4.
out. Here comes Smart around 3 and
Oh
4.
boy, they're gonna be right on each other.
I think Smart's going to have a lot more advantage. Yes, he will.
Yep.
Oh, Yikes!
Oh!
Coming in front of Kreesum. Gets it clean,
Yikes.
though. Not
I
too
don't think
much of a
Yikes.
difference.
Yeah, Yikes did not get off the pits. I don't think the way he wanted to.
Now Roger
Only about
is
how
going
much
to
of a
be
gap?
your provisional leader, leading this pack in front of Kubica and Buff, both multiple laps down. Kubica 5 laps down, Buff being
3.
3 laps down. There you go. Couldn't find his name.
I think
So
Roger's hoping
I think
for a
Roger
solid.
just let these guys by and just
Yeah.
lets Smart Coder reel him back in and hope these CSR teammates can work a bit better than they have tonight.
Gonna be a big difference though on tires.
Oh,
Less
Roger!
pressure. Oh,
Oh, hard
Roger
into the
wall.
outside wall. Couldn't quite get it slowed down in the corner.
Just like that, Smart Coder's on his rear bumper.
Ooh, nearly gets
Out to
into
the
it
inside.
again. If I was Roger, I think I just let Smart
Pass.
Coder by and get behind him. Oh, Roger!
Oh, into the
Ooh.
wall.
Trying to get too much out of that corner, and Kreesum's going to be lurking on his outside now. Yikes. Following through.
He's in an interesting spot, 5 laps down, wanting to fight, but these guys are on the lead lap battling for position.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm
Oh.
Yikes, I want to get
Cooper
by
really
Roger
struggling.
and freeze him really quick.
The question is,
Oh,
will
man.
Roger let that happen? I think the answer is no. Playing a bit of Mad Dog for his teammate Smart Coder. Oh, but he just can't hold the corner, and Yikes is going to breeze by him.
Yeah, and I think now Yikes. I mean, Kreesum still seems like he's pretty strong. He's got some newer tires. But Yikes right now is on the charge. He can go as hard as he can. If I'm Yikes, I'm not saving anything. I've got to go. We are coming down 30 laps to go this time by. It's go time here at Bristol.
Went
I
about
believe-
80, 90 laps on that last run, so I think he's good to the end.
I
makes
believe
it fast. He's
Super
up to third
Soldier has pretty major damage. You can see him dropping like flies. Brian now I'm trying to make a run for the 8, and yeah, I think. Oh yeah, you can see that car is plowing through the corner, hits the wall again. I think Roger might be our next spin.
Just a lot yellow wheel alignment on the 8 car. Must be really struggling with that wheel alignment damage.
You know, we talked about in the pre-race picks here who each of our picks will be. I picked Sleesher here, and it was an interesting pick considering that he was starting way in the back. But look at him now. He's up to the 3rd position. He's worked his way up here. I talked to him during the week here coming into this race, and I asked him what his strategy was. He gave me 2 words. Don't die. And obviously here, he's done that pretty well today. Had a few hiccups, but right now running in 3rd after the day that's started in the back, you got to be feeling pretty good if I'm Sleesher.
Yeah.
Pretty significantly lower though than 1st and 2nd, and I'm on the pit stop being lap 153 instead of the later 100 laps.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the undercut versus the long strat. The undercut's very strong to get a gap, but depending on how late the other guys go, by the time that you get that gap and they pit, I mean it's already a substantial tire gap, and they get that right back and then some, and that's exactly what happened with Smart and Yikes. So interesting strategy from Sleesher. I mean, if they finish how they are, it's going to be a great points for XMS. Been kind of quiet this season. Yikes, getting some good podiums for him, but yeah, I mean it really just depends on Yikes right now. I think Smart's doing a great job of holding it out. He does have some possible lap traffic to get around soon, but I mean, we'll see if Yikes can get to him before then. This is a very short track, so I mean, even though we've got 20 plus laps, they can go by in a flash.
Yeah, I can't
Under
wait to see
25
what
to
happens
go.
here. These final 25 laps. And actually coming out next, not next time, but the time after that, it'll be 20 laps to go. Well, next week here, we will bring you more action here for the Jackal Racing Series. next week we head to the 1.5 mile of Chicagoland up there in Joliet. Can't wait to see what that brings here.
Yeah, a bit of a wider track, Chicagoland. Might be a bit more spread out, but honestly, with how races like Charlotte and especially today have gone, I don't think these guys would mind spread out too much. Maybe give them a little breather.
Gap
Yeah, that
between
was a very
first and
different
second,
race,
about 1.5 seconds. Wonder if Yikes is going to try to close that gap here, or if maybe wait till the end to start to close that gap. At least you're staying
Wow.
about 3 seconds away.
We talked about it at Daytona with strategies like that, along with Pink. Yeah, I mean, he could be waiting to make that move, but with how fast laps quick around here, he might be waiting a bit too long, unless he seriously just doesn't have the pace difference between Smart. I mean, he's gaining a bit, but it might be too little too late, especially if he's still holding back now.
Yeah, I agree here. This has been a fascinating race here. And I think, Como, you said it earlier here, Charlotte was, and Daytona, very calm till the end. This has been the exact opposite. We had a very wild beginning half of this race, but I do believe we went back green on lap 87. Or, no, maybe, I think it was up to that. That was probably early.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but we got a spinner. I believe that's Kreisum in turn 1 onto the
Yep.
apron. He's going to try and come back up safely. Does so. He'll be in line with Buff, and I believe that's Kubica. Oh, still spinning. Oh, keep it down there. There you go. Oh, he's going to... Interesting move. Almost cuts up in front of Buff. Bit of a spatial awareness problems there from the 27.
But yeah, we went back green here, and it's been green ever since. Over 100 laps. I do believe we were in this green flag run to end out this race.
Yeah, the no one car caution definitely helping and hurting some of these drivers, making it go a bit quicker, but ending a lot of races early. I mean, we've got either the field is on the lead lap or multiple laps down. There is no one a single lap down.
That's
Speaking
about
of
the
single
same
lap
here.
down,
Oh,
yeah,
there he
Roger
goes.
getting moved out of the way by his teammate. I think he's just he
Yeah.
understands that Yikes is right there and he's got to go. Let's see if Roger
Well-
plays a bit of defense for the 12.
Well, I think, yeah, you're exactly right. Smart Coder's looking in his mirror, and he sees that pink car get closer and closer. He cannot waste any time with lap cars right now. 10 laps to go. It is go time here. Roger,
Oh,
little loose there.
Roger.
With the yikes.
Oh, he's gonna send him.
Roger! Oh, Roger, I didn't mean
boy.
it. I didn't mean it. I
Oh, a
told
little
him.
bit of feedback there.
I told him before the race, if you see Yikes and you kill him, I won't get mad because of what happened at Charlotte. I was joking. I was very much joking.
That
Oh,
may
but
have just cost
he's
Yikes
on
the
the
race.
inside of the apron. Oh, Yikes is not gonna be happy, and I don't think Icky will either. Oh dear, this just got intense.
Yeah, Yikes was starting to catch up here, and because of that, now the gap here is back up to about a second.
Oh wow, that changed a lot. I mean, Yikes was gaining hard. He still is definitely gaining on Smart Coder, but we've got less than 6 laps to go. I think it might be too little, too late, unless Smart really messes up here, or Yikes just puts the pedal to the metal and goes, or there's a late race caution. One of those 3 has to happen, or else this is Smart Coder's race to lose.
Gaining a little bit. It's gonna have to be push as hard as you can for Yikes. Let's have a little bit of a tire advantage, but will that be enough to get the win? As we come around 5 laps to go here at Bristol. Might be that's gonna be too big of a gap. We'll have
Yeah,
to see.
4
Yikes
laps.
is really sending it in.
Yeah, I think that's going to be counterintuitive. You want to get that run on the inside so you can float to the outside, but if you just stick it on the outside the whole time, you don't quite get the same run, despite it being in real life. Oh, Roger hard into the outside wall behind Kreisum. They're fighting each other. Oh, Roger really struggling with that car now. Kreisum into the outside wall. Oh, Smart. Someone got loose. I don't know if it was Smart or Yikes, but considering the gap, I think it was Smart. Yikes. Closing the gap now. This is actually doable now for the 18.
Reason I think blew a tire.
All
I can't
27 blew a
believe
tire.
that Yikes has caught up to him. And with 2
He's
laps to
really
go this
sending
time
it in
by,
there. If he gets there, I don't think the 18's going to be shy of moving the bumper of the 12.
I hope
Two
it
laps
takes
to
him way
go.
back.
Oh,
Wait,
yikes!
that's
Super
oh, yikes!
slides!
Around.
Oh, he pushed
Oh,
it too hard,
big.
and the tires couldn't give. And I think that's going to be it. I think the 12 just locked it up right there. Oh, we got a spinner in turn 1, and it's Brian again.
But white
White flag
has
is
been
out.
waved.
1 lap to go for the 12.
Yikes
He had
driving
a
as
bad
hard as he
start at
can.
Daytona. He had a bad race at Charlotte at the end. But he's going to come around turn 4 and win for the first time in the season here at Bristol.
Oh,
And Yikes is going to dive behind him. Oh, Brian.
not. I don't think he's happy.
Man, I would not want to be in race comms after that one. I think Yikes has some choice words to say to Super.
Good
No
for the
doubt.
radioactive.
Yeah. Yikes, giving a bit of a congratulations side panel bump there. Oh, Yikes had a 10% tire advantage. That would explain the gains that he was making. Maybe Yikes did. I mean, he really pulled it out with that late race, that late stop.
I think if Yikes didn't use up all that on those 2 to go, I think he could have got him.
Yeah, or at least gotten close enough to maybe use the bumper, get underneath the quarter panel. But I mean, he really sent it in that turn, and the rear tires just could not give anything else.
Yeah, I guess Yikes felt like he had to go, and he had to go now.
Yeah. As we get them all lined up, so we'll be moving into the podium interviews very shortly here. As Smart burns it down, or at least tries to on the front stretch. It's a little challenging with these cars. I figured that out myself in D2. It's damn near impossible, but Smart drifting it around turn 1, burning up those rear tires.
A couple of drivers aren't too happy with this racetrack after today.
Yeah, it's punishing. It's not for everybody, but I mean, it just separates the men from the boys, and that's exactly what happened here. Also, XMS still not getting the finish they wanted, but I mean, great points day for them. Yikes, getting a P2, and Sleesha right behind him after a unfortunate start at Daytona, and then not even showing up at Charlotte. Gets some nice points back for the season in 3rd place. Not a bad day at all.
Smart burning it down. I mean, I think that this is a pretty good race. A little chaotic the first half. Cautions coming out. A lot of cautions coming out the first half. But that second half, everyone kind of Smart Coder drifts it through 1 and 2.
Oh, it does get engine damage.
Oh,
Hard into the wall. He's gonna park
destroy the car.
All right, we're gonna move into our podium interviews. First up, it's gonna be Sleesher in P3 according to the board. Sleesher, can you hear us in the booth?
I can hear you guys in the booth.
All right, Sleesha. Well, first of all, congratulations, P3. Great turnaround for you in the season. Unfortunate start for you in Daytona with that wreck and then not being able to show up for Charlotte. But you get some points back here. You get a good points day. Walk us through how'd the race go for you today?
The race went pretty good. I got trapped a lap down right before that big long run, and I played the strategy game to get me back on the lead lap, and I just happened to fall into 3rd.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to be in the right place at the right time. And that's kind of how it worked out for Charlotte when I subbed in for Roger. I was kind of riding around, and then eventually pit stop cycled through, and I hit it right, and I just ended up 2nd. I didn't know if I had the pace to be there, but I mean, I was just in the right place at the right time, and it definitely showed up for you today. good points day for XMS. Yikes as well, getting a P2. What were the team dynamics like? Were you guys working with each other at all, or were you just solo trying to both make your way up to the field? What were the comms like?
Bristol's not really a team racetrack, you know. We have, it looks like two of us that are like good at Bristol, and then the rest are just unlucky. We had multiple problems with our other team drivers. They blew tires, got damaged, and that was like one of the big talking points was don't get damaged. It sucks racing here with damage and blowing an engine. You go multiple laps down, and then you get trapped in that long run.
Yeah, we saw people like Robloxian, and I believe NASCAR is on your team as
Yeah,
well.
and
That's right. Yeah,
Cruisem.
and Cruisem. Yeah, all three of those drivers. I mean, they showed great raw pace. I mean, they did the same thing at Charlotte, but this track is a whole lot more than pace, and it punished them today. But it's hard to ask when it's some of their first full-time seasons. I'm pretty sure it's Robloxian and NASCAR's first full-time D1 seasons. So,
Yeah, two
I mean,
D1 rookies.
rookie mistakes, they're allowed to make, rookie mistakes. They are rookies. But, I mean, let's talk about them. Will Sleesher, I mean, definitely a good turnaround for you in the season. Are you looking to try and claw back into maybe a points fight, maybe a title fight, or are you really looking to help out Yikes Piano, who seems to be the kind of the star of XMS right now?
Right now, it's too early to say. I'm gonna try and go for it while I have the chance, but as soon as I'm out of mathematical contention, then I'm gonna help Yikes all the way. But yeah, Bristol, we're gonna go back to it later in the season, and there's gonna be 100 more laps. And I think the really important part for that race is gonna be getting around those lap cars if we have another run like that, because that was the key difference between finishing like first and finishing 10th was getting around lap cars and not crashing.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Well, you definitely did that. Well, Sleesher, congratulations once again on the podium finish, and we're excited to see what you do next week at Chicagoland. All right, moving on. We've got Yikes Piano, currently, I believe, second in points, and he got second here at Bristol. Actually, oh dear, it seems Yikes has left the track. Oh no. All right, Yikes Piano, you guys in the booth?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, Yikes. Well, congratulations on the P2 starting off. Very chaotic race for you. Had a bit of ups, had a lot of downs. Had a bit of an incident there with Roger towards the end. Walk us through those final laps for you.
Okay, so let's see. I had a tire advantage. I was catching Smart Coder. It was what, like 5 or 6 laps ago. I was like in what, maybe 10th or 2. And then I'm coming up on Super, who Smart just passed. And once I get side by side with Super on the front stretch, he just turns right into me and walls me. And then in the corner, I'm still on his outside, and he just throws up straight into me. I looked at the broadcast, and you can really clearly see that. So really do not appreciate lap car ruining my race. And yeah, he did that in the past before. No, Chicagoland. So I don't know. I think he just needs to learn lap car etiquette, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, from what we saw, I was already seeing him kind of turn right on the stretch, and I was like, maybe he just got loose, and then the corner comes up, and you kind of got Matt Kenseth a little bit there. But, I mean, still a great finish, P2 for you. You've kind of been the silent killer of this season. I mean, you got, what is this now, 3 podiums? You got you got second at Daytona, third or fourth at Charlotte, and now P2 here. So definitely consistent for you. Definitely going to keep you into the title fight. What are you going to do moving forward to get yourself onto the top step of the podium?
I liked my strategy today, but obviously that did not work out. But I don't know. I think my usual strategy, just keep the car clean, make sure I'm there at the end, is definitely the strategy that I like and used in the past. So that will be what I will be trying to do.
Yeah, it's definitely working out for you. All right, Yikes. Anything else you want to add before we move on to our winner?
Nothing really. Just congrats to Smart Coder. Ran a great race. So.
All right, thank you, Yikes Piano.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, and last but not least, our winner, Smart Coder. Do you have us in the booth?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Smart. Well, first of all, congratulations on the win. Definitely the dominant car of the night. Looked to be a bit of a battle with Train, but unfortunately had a bit of a lag spike, and that really killed his race. Walk us through how the race went. What was your strategy going in?
I'll be honest. There wasn't really much planning that went into what was going to happen. I mean, you never know where the cautions are going to fall, and what everyone else is going to do. And so we got to that final run and just started kind of go green. And I think I burnt my right rear off really hard compared to Yikes. But a lot of guys started to come in really, really early once their tires kind of hit that cliff. And so I kind of decided to try and just kind of go way longer and run the fuel out. To one, play it safe in case caution comes out, and then two, in order to help just help the tires, because we were all in the window to make it to the end, but that run was going to be really, really long. And so I just kind of took the long run and kind of gave myself the better tires at the very end of the run, and then Yikes Piano pit like 5-6 laps later than I did. And so he started to come with the fresh tires, and we were able to kind of bait him into pushing way harder than I was. And so he burnt his rears off there towards the end. I think we ended the race with the exact same right rear, and his right front was still a good bit better. But it just played it really, really well and was fast all day, both on long and short runs. And just a really good strategy call there to keep us out front.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Wasn't many times that you weren't up front. Yikes did seem to have an edge after that last pit stop. He was gaining on you quite fast. There was a bit of interference from your fellow CSR teammate, Roger there. Held Yikes off for a bit, and then Yikes was still coming, but at one time he just sent it so deep into the corners and just, you were, as you said, just lit up the right rear, and then after that there was too much of a gap to be made. So yeah, great strategy from you, Smart. And anything else you want to add before we head on off?
Nope, we're all good.
All right, well, thank you, Smart Coder. Congratulations once again. We're excited to see what you do next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, last but not least, we have a guest interview. It'll be the 8 car of Super Soldier involved in that incident with Yikes. Roger, you guys in the booth?
Hold on. Yep, I hear you.
All right, interesting race for you today, especially towards the end. I have a feeling I know what went on between you and Yikes, but how about you walk us through it from your point of view?
Well, team owner leading the race, Yikes behind him. There's no rules against bumping and banging, man. I didn't get the blue flag. I got the green flag. He said I could do what I wanted, fight for my position. That's what I did. Ultimately, I was on red wheel alignment damage, so I couldn't keep pace with him. But hey, man, 6th place finish. Keeps me in the points lead. I did the calculations, and Smart Coder will be right behind me in 2nd place. So that is a CSR 1 and 2 coming out of Bristol.
All right, well, definitely as a fellow CSR teammate in lower division, I mean, I can always appreciate that. So did you ask Icky about confirmation before you made the move, or was it one of those
green
things
flag or green
Oh.
light? Green. He said green light.
Green light. Green light. I'm hearing a bit of interference from Mickey and the other comms.
Green light. He said. I said all right, but by that time, he I was already behind him. So
Yeah, I mean, well, definitely a pretty good finish. Had a decent race for you. Would you say what happened in practice between mainly you and me, to where you were kind of lighting up the right rears a bit in the middle of the run? Do you say that would happen here in the race as well?
no, I saved him pretty well. I only used 2 tire sets actually.
Oh,
whole
really? Wow.
Yeah, ran the whole thing on. Well, okay, correction. Left sides I only used 2 tire sets. Right sides I used 3. I came down pits and only took right sides and got out quicker.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, one of these times we saw that one time I think you got on the gas a bit too early, and you kind of slid up into the outside wall pretty hard. I think it
Yeah.
might have where you got some wheel alignment, and then after that, the car just kind of got away from you.
Yeah, wheel alignment or not, there wasn't going to be a better finish for me. 6th or 5th place was what it was going to be, unless we had a caution, which I was pulling for, but obviously did not happen.
Well, hey, considering less than half the field finished a lap down, I don't think 6th place on the lead lap is too bad for you. Well, Roger, I think that's going to be all we got for you today. Anything you want to add before we wrap it up?
Congrats to Smart. Did a hell of a job driving it to the victory lane, man. And thanks for the ride. I'm having fun, man.
All right, thank you, Roger. All right, T-Man, you can go ahead and send us off for the day.
All right. Well, pretty interesting race tonight. Saw a lot of aggressive driving, a lot of cautions in the first half, but a long green flag run and a great battle there at the finish. Chicagoland next week. So that'll be a fun, exciting race there. Maybe a little bit more relaxing for the drivers, but I think it still will be a good one. Well, that'll wrap it up here at Bristol Motor Speedway in Tennessee. We'll see you all next week at Chicagoland.